Hey everyone, so I recently hit level 60 in OnlyFang's Hardcore Classic WoW event, and then I very quickly died because I got greedy and I wanted to see what's in the box. What's in the box? You know, I went full Brad Pitt. And that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk to you guys about leveling tips, things that I kind of figured I could do during my leveling journey, things that I saw other people not, like, people weren't doing these things, and then you'd see in death clips where if they had been, they would very easily survive. And it's a lot of things when you're out in the wild, being more aware of your surroundings, efficiently moving from mob to mob, and maximizing your XP gain whilst moving from location to location, and also about how some of the mechanisms actually work in the game, things like leashing, you know, why do mobs sometimes reset, sometimes they don't, how do you know, prevent yourself from getting dazed and whatnot. So these are the kind of things I want to discuss in this video. I got asked by a viewer in my chat about this, and then I kind of just went off on a tangent, just explaining all of these sort of things, and I should have some really good examples in this video. So if you are new to hardcore, even if you've been playing for a while, and you want to kind of maximize your chances of success, hopefully this will be a nice video for you. If you have any questions, leave comments down below, but I'm just going to let the sort of explanation run for itself. So yeah, good luck, guys. Or is that to overpulling? Don't think you fully understand the concept of chaining and what mobs leash. Yeah, so leashing, chaining, yeah. So chaining is when you pull a mob and the mob next to it pulls. Leashing is when you're running away from a mob and you prevent it from resetting, right? Because you're still hitting it. So I can explain a couple of those things to you. Yeah, that's a very good point. So I actually learned something new myself. I actually learned something new myself recently. I actually learned that, so if I pull this mob, let's say I pull this mob right here, and then I also pull this mob up here. Because I pull them, like if I pull this separately, these two mobs separately, they'll have separate leashing. So one mob will reset differently from the other. However, if two ogres were stacked on top of each other, and I pulled one of them, because when I pulled one, the other one also entered combat at the same time, they would both share the same leash. That's how it should be working. So you need to be careful if you pull multiple mobs at the same time, because they will share the same leash. And leashing is where if you run away from a mob, okay, when you run away from a mob, eventually the mob will reset and they'll run back and they'll leave you alone, right? And you'll leave combat. However, every time you directly damage them, so something like thorns, for example, I have thorns, this does damage to attackers. That doesn't cause a releash. But if I was directly attacking, autoing, using abilities and stuff, fairy fire, whatever, these things will cause the enemies to continue to follow me indefinitely. They'll just keep chasing me for as long as I keep hitting them. So generally, you want to be very careful. Like, if you pull too many mobs, you see it all the time in hardcore. Somebody will pull 2 or 3 mobs. They'll go, oh, too many, and they'll start running away. And they'll keep hitting the mobs. And all that's doing is meaning, like, mobs reset pretty quick. Like, if you reset mob, you run like 30 feet away, it actually resets. Unless it's a caster, because obviously you have to add an extra 30 yards onto that. So mobs in general will reset pretty quick. But if you keep hitting it, then it's going to go on and on and on and on indefinitely. So the best thing to do if you overpull is instantly turn and run and just don't look back. Obviously, you don't want to, what's called showing your whole ass. That's the thing where when people are running away, let's say I have this guy on me and he's following me, right? And I'm going, oh no, I need to run. And I'm doing this. This mob is going to hit me in the back and just daze me, right? I mean, see how long it takes. He's done 1 hit. This guy's slow as hell. I'm just a cat. I'm just lucky. Okay, and he's reset. Okay, I actually got lucky there with no dazes. But you understand my point, right? Like, people, especially if you got 3+ mobs on you, the chance of you getting dazed is pretty much guaranteed if you're turning your ass to them and just letting them hit. So what you want to do is kind of run and as you jump on the global, so like if I got this mob, right, he's gonna have an attack swing, and if I'm running and then I make sure I jump and turn, so that then he's not gonna, I'm trying to jump and turn on his auto, and I don't have an attack swing that I'm tracking. It's just more of a feeling of when to sort of kind of be turned. But those are all like advanced mechanics. Those are all advanced ways of doing stuff. I mean, what else? So that's kind of it with like leashing, kiting something out. But yeah, what you'll see me do is I'll be leveling, right? I'll be leveling, and you'll see me like, if I pull too many mobs, let's say I accidentally pull 2 wolves, you'll see me doing this. And I'm moving away. Like, let's say I pull one of these, right? That's gonna pull all 3 of them. Okay, this is kind of scary now. So I don't want those 2 to hit me, because I've accidentally pulled too many, right? So I'm gonna kite this guy out. I want to keep this guy in combat. So I'm just kind of weaving like this. See how those guys haven't been able to hit me? And then, oh, they've reset, but I've still killed that guy. That's how you deal with, like, oh, I've overpulled, but I still want to get this kill. Or let's say it's a boss mob, and there's, let's say one of these wolves here is a boss, and he's got a buddy. Right? I'll pull this guy in. So I'll do the same thing again. So I'm going to kind of, like, stay away. You can see I'm always turning my character, so I'm not letting that dude hit me. I'm just gonna kind of, you know, do this. Oh, okay, nice. That guy's reset. Oh, but I'm still gonna get my boss kill. Now, the only thing with that is you gotta be really careful on... So, if I'm pulling this mob, right, and I'm doing my kite thing... And this is, by the way, what I do when I'm running from level to level. Like, I'm just running from zone to zone or whatever. I'm constantly doing this so I just get free XP whilst I'm moving. And I'm not actually losing that much time, because I'm still kind of moving roughly full speed. Now, the thing is as I'm doing this, anything could be behind me, right? Like, I could just be kiting straight into another mob. So you have to kind of, like, as you're turning your camera, note what you're seeing. So, I'll be doing that, and I'm constantly... I mean, look how much health I'm losing fighting these mobs. It's actually really just good in general. I'm a bit lucky because I'm a druid. But I'll constantly be kind of turning and keeping note. Oh, there's a wolf there. Uh-oh, we pulled that. Okay, that's okay, because I know that we can kite it out. Mobs have a very interesting sort of... Mobs have very interesting luck. And now that guy's reset. So you don't actually have to worry as much when you overpull. You can really... Like, if you just run, you can just get out of situations. Now, if I was in a situation where I pull this mob, right? This one's going to be a bit scary, because I'm going to take some risks here. So if I pull this mob, and I'm doing this, and then I pull in another mob, and I am doing that shit where I'm hitting both of them, so I'm switching targets, right? So I'm doing this, and I'm running. And then if I'm also hitting this tiger, dude, this dude's never going to reset. That tiger's never going to reset. I mean, he's low health, so he's a bitch. But he's never going to reset if I keep hitting him. So that's really dangerous. Look at my health. That's really dangerous. You got to be careful. So you'll see if I ever accidentally pull too many mobs. Sometimes I'll try and kill 2 mobs at once. So when I was leveling in the Barrens, I'd purposefully pull 2 mobs at a time, so I could, like, get value on as I'm kiting. So I'd be doing this. And I'd be leashing these mobs, right? And I'd be trying to do 2 at a time, so you'd see me swapping targets so that I could get the value of kiting 2 mobs, moving to my next quest location, but, like, always, like, I'm always killing something, you know? So, any other questions about that kind of stuff? Okay, so I finished my quest, so I'm just going to be doing this. I'm going to pull this mob. I've got to go. I see where the arrow is, so I'm going to go towards that arrow. Okay, there's going to be a wolf there, so I've got to be careful of that dude. But, like, I'm going to get 200 extra XP from this, and I'm moving toward my quest, you know? Oh, gold thorn. Hold on. Scratch that. I want that gold thorn. So yeah, those are kind of like some of the top tips on that I've got when it comes to leashing and you know, keeping yourself safe. And another thing, okay, if you're a caster, my top tip if you're a caster and you're leveling, hold on, I gotta heal, bro. So I'm fighting this one mob. You don't really need much attention on the mob that you're fighting, and you can see very far in front of you, right? But what can you not see whilst you're leveling? You can't see anything behind you. So something that I will do. Oh look at what's behind me. Right? Like, something that I'll do is, as I'm killing something, let me pull in this wolf. This is actually perfect timing. So as I pull in this wolf, right? Let's say, you know, I'm doing my thing, and I'm fighting this dude, and I'm running around, and let's say I'm just static casting, right? This is great, but I can't see anything behind me. Oh, look at all those guys. Make sure I don't run this way. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just do camera pans. So I'll be killing my primary mob, and I'll just kind of do a camera pan every few seconds. That's a really good tip, I think, for a caster, because you kind of get in the motions as a caster where you kind of just like, yep, my pet's tanking or whatever. I'm just like, heck, I'm wanding, and you just kind of just like zoned out. You're listening to some music or something. You're watching soda popping on your second monitor, and then you find like, oh, I've not looked behind. Especially if you're playing like some people playing like this, bro. If something approaches behind you, you just can't see anything. So I'll go max pan, like max distance out, and I'll just do some turns, just like that, every once in a while. Super minor. Legitimately, it's gotten me saved before, a few times. A couple times where there's been stuff behind me approaching, and I've just not seen it. I'm gonna show you kite maxing, okay? Maybe. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit afraid, actually. I'll be honest. Hold on, this could be a little bit spooky. Okay, where's a caster? Shaman? Yeah, I mean, isn't that guy, doesn't he do a lot of damage? Okay, they've reset. So they've reset, but I got him. They've reset, but I got him. So there we go. That's a little lesson in... That's a little lesson in whatever you flippin' want to call it. I was scared for that. I thought they'd chain leash. So this is one thing I'm unsure about. Because I pulled all those mobs as a pack. And they should have all shared the same leash, but they didn't. Some of them reset before he did. But did you notice, because I only hit him and didn't touch anything else, their leash range, their aggro range reset, whereas for him, because I just moonfired every little bit, it was fine. And also, it wasn't really scary in the sense that all the mobs were melee. I have travel form. I have a swiftness potion. I have dash. If I needed to, I just go, yep, this isn't gonna work. I go in swiftness potion, dip out, and I'm gone. And like, it's, see ya. So, as long as I'm outdoors, I don't think I die if I'm the one in control of the pull. You know what I mean? Oh, yes, it's the same. So if you did an AoE, say you did Hurricane. Yes, that's what it is, yeah. It's where if you do an AoE ability, like if you pull them with the same ability, not if you pull them at the same time. Yeah, that's the caveat, yeah.